Good, happy Tuesday morning, August 13th, 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, 3-year-old girl falls from third floor window in Manchester. Child unconscious when crews arrived, officials say. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
I switched from Dodge.
We switched from Ford.
I switched from Ram.
We switched to Chevy.
For dependability.
For these guys.
And just look at it.
See for yourself why people are switching at the Chevy All-Star Open House.
We are following breaking news tonight out of Manchester, where a 3-year-old girl has fallen from a third-story window. Thanks for joining us. I'm Monica Hernandez.
And I'm Tom Griffith. That happened on the city's west side late this evening.
WMUR's Gene Mackin joins us live from Thornton Street with the latest. Gene.
Well, Tom and Monica, just a sense of shock here on Thornton Street, as you mentioned, on Manchester's west side after a 3-year-old girl fell out a third-story window about an hour and 20 minutes ago. Here is the house at 241 Thornton Street. The 911 hang-up call arrived at about 9:40 p.m., sending rescue workers in this direction. Neighbors tell us just before that, the 3-year-old girl was in that third-story window where you can see detectives right now taking measurements and pictures. Somehow she fell out that window all the way to the ground. Now, in front of the house, you'll be able to see in a moment, there are shrubs and a rock wall. Neighbors seem to think that she may have landed between those shrubs. There's a window screen on the ground. And again, that sidewalk there where police are now taking pictures. You can see an officer right there with a flashlight searching the area. Now, we talked to one neighbor who says he just heard the mother come running outside the house, screaming for help, that all the neighbors rushed to help and saw the mother looking over this 3-year-old girl on the ground. Here is what Larry Woods had to say.
I'm just glad the fire department came fast as they did, and that was a good thing. And so, like I said, I hope she really pulled through and everything, but I just don't understand how she came from the way up there at the top of that window like that. Yeah, but it was a sad moment, though, but I felt good, by being able to help her and calm her down.
Now, at this hour, we do not know the little girl's condition, just that she was taken to a Catholic Medical Center, which is really just a few blocks from this location. A DART medical helicopter was then put on standby. She may possibly be sent to Boston for more treatment there of her injuries, which we are only told that they are very serious. Manchester police remain on the scene right now, trying to piece together what went horribly wrong here on Thornton Street, sending that little girl out a third-story window. As we get more information on the case, on her condition, we'll be sure to pass it along. Live in Manchester for now, Gene Mackin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And our prayers go to that little girl's family. State AG warns businesses about scam using schools as bait. Scammers claim donations will go to benefit school districts. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
For 10 years, New England homeowners have trusted Century Roofing. We get the job done right at a fair price. Call today to arrange a free estimate and to reserve a spot for your 2019 roof replacement. Century Roofing, we've got you covered.
A warning from the Attorney General's office tonight.
Scammers are using local school districts, we hear, as bait to get money out of businesses. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tom Griffith.
And I'm Monica Hernandez. It's been happening in the state for 2 years now. WMUR's Charisse LeClaire is live in Concord with what you should know. Charisse?
Well, Monica and Tom, they say these calls are coming from out of state, some of them maybe even out of the country. They want people and business owners to be aware as the calls seem to be increasing. Callers pretending to act as fundraisers for local school districts, preying on local business owners.
The scammers really do abuse the community trust and the community pride that local businesses have in their local schools.
The Attorney General's office has received similar reports over the last 2 years, and it's especially bad right now as districts prepare for classes to resume.
Our fall sports season and school season are starting up. And so there's a great wave of very legitimate fundraising going on. And so these scammers use the cloak of that legitimate fundraising to slip through the cracks.
Several businesses have lost money from it, too, ranging from several $100s to $1,000.
In the last few years, we've received communications from 6 different school districts that businesses in their community have been conned out of money.
The AG's office declined to say which school districts were used by the scammers or exactly how many businesses fell victim to the scam. Unfortunately, once a business falls victim, there's almost no way of getting that money back.
A lot of them are out of state, some of them that could be out of country, and so it can be real tough to take them to task.
And New Hampshire isn't alone in dealing with it.
The New Hampshire Attorney General's office is working with other state AG's offices across the nation to confront this issue, because unfortunately it doesn't just affect New Hampshire alone.
Now, if you think you receive a call like this, you should call the school district itself to make sure that the call is legitimate and also notify the Attorney General's office. Live in Concord, I'm Charisse LeClaire, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Hero dog Bubba credited with fetching life-saving help for owner. Campers saw dog alone, knew something was wrong. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Gene Mackin.
For 10 years, New England homeowners have trusted Century Roofing. We get the job done right at a fair price. Call today to arrange a free estimate and to reserve a spot for your 2019 roof replacement. Century Roofing, we've got you covered.
Bubba didn't have the usual bounce in her step when campers spotted her out on a walk alone at Wellington Camping Park in Lee Saturday morning. It almost seemed like the 10-year-old female boxer was trying to fetch help when she returned to her campsite. It gave the park manager pause.
The door was open, the dog was inside right in the doorway, and I called for her owner, and she didn't respond. And I knew that there had to have been something wrong.
Bubba's elderly owner was rushed to the hospital with a serious medical condition. The park owner says she was found just in time.
This is a dog that saved her mommy, and so she's a hero.
While Bubba's owner is in the hospital, all the campground families are rallying together to let her know her dog is taken care of.
We've had people just walking their dogs coming by saying, do you need anything? We got dog food, we got bones, we got this, we got that. So everybody's trying to help.
And while Bubba's owner recovers in the hospital, they're bringing her photos of Bubba surrounded by love.
I brought pictures up to show her the pictures of Bubba. I'm planning on going back up again tomorrow to show her more pictures of Bubba.
Oh, Bubba, you're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. Treat for you. In Lee, Gene Mackin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Preparation underway for visit from President Trump in Manchester. Event at SNHU Arena could be one of the biggest of primary. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Adam Sexton.
For 10 years, New England homeowners have trusted Century Roofing. We get the job done right at a fair price. Call today to arrange a free estimate and to reserve a spot for your 2019 roof replacement. Century Roofing, we've got you covered.
It remains the largest political event in modern New Hampshire history. On Election Eve 2016, then candidate Donald Trump packed the SNHU Arena with a crowd that filled every seat and the arena floor.
And Hillary can't fill a room. Look at this is called filling a stadium. And I have no guitar and no piano, right?
The Trump campaign sees this week's return visit as a chance to show that since the 2016 rally, the president's support within the Republican Party has grown.
This is a president that has historic highs in approval within his own party. The only person that's outmatched him was Bush during 9/11, so he has the highest own party approval rating really in modern history.
In response, Democrats are going all out with 3 days worth of opposition events.
We at the Democratic Party are going to be traveling throughout the state, visiting a number of the sites of Donald Trump's broken promises. There'll also be a number of other citizen-led activities and candlelight vigils that really will be calling attention to the danger of this administration.
More than 24 candidates have been pounding the First in the Nation campaign trail since late last year. While they've been holding events all around the state, it's safe to say few, if any of them alone, could fill the SNHU Arena. And that's what the Trump campaign is hoping to do on Thursday. Neil Levesque from the New Hampshire Institute of Politics says even if this rally's numbers don't match the Election Eve rally in 2016, it's still going to be one of the biggest events of the primary.
With 11,000 supporters of the president coming to downtown Manchester, plus protesters, all the security, Secret Service, this is going to be a major event for a Thursday in downtown Manchester.
Adam Sexton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Former Congressman Sweat endorsing Biden in New Hampshire primary. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Springs is New England's newest adventure park, featuring an aerial challenge course, all-new guided zipline tour, water park, water challenge course, and off-roading. One location for one low price. Minutes from Manchester and the seacoast. Visit CandiaSprings.com.
Another top Democrat in New Hampshire is throwing support behind Joe Biden in the First in the Nation primary. Today, former Congressman and Ambassador Dick Sweat endorsed the current primary frontrunner. Sweat served 2 terms in the U.S. House in the early 90s. He says Biden will be ready to be president on day 1, and he's the best chance the Democrats have to defeat the incumbent.
It was a tough decision process from the numbers, but from the character, it was an easy one. Joe has the experience, the long-standing experience, the dedication of a lifetime.
Sweat joins a growing list of other top New Hampshire Democrats, including former Governor John Lynch and former Congresswoman Carol Shea Porter, to endorse Joe Biden.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. U.S. features point to slightly lower open. U.S. stock index features were slightly lower Tuesday morning after losses in the previous session fueled concerns about the state of the economy. French officials call for investigation of Jeffrey Epstein links with France. A pair of French government officials are calling for an investigation of Jeffrey Epstein's activities in France, citing the many unanswered questions in the wake of Epstein's suicide in jail over the weekend. And that does it for this Tuesday edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I be well. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.